We're getting ready to start the 2025 NFL season. We just dug up some clips on Brandon Aiyuk working out. We're going to watch that, talk some ball, talk some fantasy football, whether or not to draft him this weekend. Before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're digging up practice clips, workout clips. We're helping you with your fantasy teams, looking at the waiver wire, helping you set your lineups. It's all right here. It's free. Click that button. Stop missing out. 49ers fans. It looks like Brandon Aiyuk's going to be back after he's done with the PUP after week 6. And looks like he's going to be good to return from what we're going to see here in his workout clips. So we're going to loop this and keep talking ball. There's a lot to discuss, especially for fantasy football. Just got done working out myself too, so mouth's a little bit dry. But we're going to still kick it with the video. There he is. Watch him. Some of these are from a bit ago. Here we go again, pregame. It's out there. Here we go. Out there. The first one came out yesterday on Twitter. Here we go. Boom. Looking sudden. Looking good to go. That's the most encouraging one. Brandon Aiyuk's going to be back. He's going to be back. What's that going to mean for fantasy football? So right now in Underdog Fantasy, around 11 ADP. Home league drafts, depending on who you're drafting with. Like if you're drafting in San Francisco, imagine he's going to go a little bit earlier. A lot of home league drafters are very conservative when it comes to injured players, guys they think that's going to be out for a bit. If you can put guys on the PUP to your IR, he's even more valuable if you can do that. If you can stash him for 6 weeks, that's going to be a good value considering where he's going at in drafts. Because where he's going at on Underdog, where gamers are more willing to take shots too with their money, I think you might be able to get him a little bit cheaper in some of these leagues that you're drafting right now on the weekend. And if that happens, and especially you stash him on the IR, you are going to get a starting wide receiver coming back middle of October. And if you're built at wide receiver, or even if you're dealing with injuries, just him coming back is going to be huge. And if you got that IR spot, that makes him even more valuable. You just draft him, put him on the IR, and then you pick up a lottery ticket running back or a lottery ticket wide receiver. There's more lottery ticket running backs like a DJ Giddens or something like that, one of those rookie running backs. Maybe like an Ollie Gordon if that happens in your draft. I doubt it. If you're watching channel, more than likely that's not happening in your draft. But one of those rookie running backs that are falling under the radar, or if you want to go wide receiver, if you want to backfill that, maybe like Torrey Horton, Isaac Tesla. Really depends on who's there. If you want to go with an upside flyer, I suggest going with a lottery ticket running back. There's a bunch of them this year. Taj Brooks. And now, during those first 6 weeks, you're seeing what you can do off the waiver wire during that time with that lottery ticket spot. That's very fluid. Nothing happens. Who cares? You got Brandon Aiyuk coming back. That's a double whammy. That's huge. That is big because you're looking at the wide receivers in that area. You're looking at the upside. You're looking talent, all that. Running backs thinned out. You're looking at backup running backs, handcuff running backs, where he's going at in drafts. Unless he gets pulled up on. But you're going to catch him middle October. He's looking good to go. These are all tweets pulled up of people filming him during the timeline. Say, hey, look at him. If any of them are old, and not this one. This is the new one right there. Let's go back to that. Going back to that. You're like, hey, this guy keeps doing it. Because we're talking ball, guys. We're talking ball. Right there. Sudden. Looking good to go. He needs a little bit more time. He's getting there. We're going to get him middle of October here. And that's huge. That adds value to your roster, even though he's not scoring fantasy points, especially if you can hold him on the IR spot. Now, if you don't have that, and you're having trouble juggling him, that's a different story. That is a different story. You really have to look at the context of your team, and you just got to make that decision whether you're in or out, and make that space and that conscious effort that you're hoarding him. And it may end up that we get a bunch of injuries and you can't, or you may have to package him up, deal him for a player. when it's closer to time of him being out on the field, if you're hurting that bad. But if you're drafting him, you do not have the IR spot. You really have to think about, can I hold him for 6+ weeks? Can I do that? That's different. But if you got the spot, if you're allowed to do that, some leagues are, you just throw him in there. You're good to go. You wait for him to come back up. And you play lottery tickets off the waiver wire. The waiver wire is very strong right now. Very strong compared to last year. This is going to be a very strong waiver wire class here in 2025. Last year, the waiver wire was so weak. We talked about Trey Benson and Blake Corum every single week. Every single week. We got so excited about Tyrone Tracy. We're going to get a bunch of Tyrone Tracy's this year. This running back class, 20 deep. Rookie running back class. Probably going to get a couple wide receivers pop off that we weren't expecting. Brandon Aiyuk, he's going to be back. He's going to be back. You got to be prepared for that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.